What you are seeing here are scenes that were emanating from Po city of Nahori province, in southern Burkina Faso, on the Saturday of April 20, 2024, as the Burkinabe President Captain Ibrahim Traore was heading to Georges Namoano Military Academy to preside over a pass-out ceremony for newly graduating cadets. And the same being scenes that were more of replicated when he visited Bobo Dioulasso city 2 days later, that is on the Monday of April 22, 2024, where his motorcades formation was replicated, and perhaps if you've been watching him since coming to power in 2022, these scenes have become more of a usual thing for him whenever he's in public or in the streets of Burkina Faso. Of course, these scenes alone say a lot about the youthful military leader's protection unit, and that's even why we are here to highlight 9 simple facts that you probably didn't know about these Burkina president's fierce-looking bodyguards. So, without saying much, let's get down to business. Number 9. They are all from the military. Being a military man who forcefully grabbed power by staging a coup d'état against another former military leader Paul-Henri Dimiba, who had also grabbed power in a coup, Transitional President Captain Ibrahim Traore only surrounds himself with soldiers from the Burkina army as his bodyguards. This is different from the case of other presidents in Africa and other parts of the world, who mix elite police units, or special forces and a few soldiers in their protection units. Number 8. The bodyguards are always in camouflage military attires whenever on the job. Unlike the case for other heads of state, whose bodyguards are sometimes in plain clothes, or rather in matching tuxedos, Captain Traore's bodyguards are always in military uniforms while around him, or whenever on the job, and wherever he goes. The uniforms even caused a stir in the streets of St. Petersburg when he visited Russia in July 2023, for the Russia-Africa Summit. Number 7. The bodyguards' uniforms always match what the president is wearing on that particular day. As you may already have noticed, it's apparent that Captain Traore always informs his bodyguards on the camouflage pattern that he's wearing on any given day, so that they may equally dress in a similar pattern, to produce scenes like these ones. In any case, he has various differing camouflage patterns, and perhaps by making the soldiers wear what he's wearing, the uniformity makes it easier for him to camouflage inside his protection unit, to make it hard for those targeting him to identify him right away. This also gives a clear impression that he is a military man, and the presidency is a military junta, not a civilian one, and therefore no one should make a mistake about it. Number 6. The bodyguards are always fully armed, and openly showcase the same. Perhaps this is an obvious one, because it is a fact that they are guarding a head of state who is at a very high risk of being taken out by all sorts of individuals, including terrorists, armed lone shooters, assassins, or moles within the security forces, and anyone else who wants to assassinate him for power, like how they did to Captain Thomas Sankara in October 1987. Therefore, it is necessary for the soldiers to be well equipped, with necessary weapons, and be ready for any eventualities at all times. And unlike in the case of plainclothes protection units that other countries' heads of state use, Traore's bodyguards don't hide the guns in tuxedos, or in their military uniforms in this case, but rather conspicuously display them, to give them fierce looks like these ones. Number 5. The bodyguards are always young individuals who are around his age. Starting with this young man, who normally serves as his de facto aide-de-camp, and who looks to be barely 30 years old. All members of Captain Traore's protection unit are around ages 35 or below, which is also his age, considering the fact that he's turning 35 years old this year. And perhaps he chooses young individuals to protect him because that's the people he can easily connect with, or the people he trusts, and is comfortable to install in that high-risk position. This is, however, a different case when you go to another Sahel country under a military rule, like Niger, where, because of the military leader Brigadier General Abdourahmane Chiani's relatively older age, the people he normally surrounds himself with are nearly his age, or rather above 40s, though his protection unit, that is the Presidential Guard to which he was once a member, also comprises of a substantial number of young soldiers. Number 4. They are all men. This is another obvious fact that can easily be spotted at a first glance, whereby all his protection unit is 100% comprised of masculine energy. This perhaps is the case because he prefers not to mix female soldiers in his protection unit, so as to maintain professionalism, and avoid creating unnecessary gender-related conflicts in the job, conflicts that can ultimately jeopardize his security and presidency. Number 3. While in populated or high-traffic areas, some of the soldiers in the protection unit normally use motorcycles to complement those walking on foot, just in case of any high-pursuit chase or emergency. And as his motorcade was making its way in the streets of Po City, on that April 20th, we could clearly spot several motorcycles, with some of them carrying 2 soldiers on the go, meaning that they were not just conducting regular road clearance, something that was being done by those walking on the foot, but rather they were there to move into action just in case of any emergency attack or attempt of the same on the president or his motorcade. Number 2. They always tightly surround him when he's on the rooftop of his bulletproof Toyota Land Cruiser pickup. To make sure that they don't leave any room for security breaches, Captain Traore's bodyguards normally create a human shield around him when he's atop his favorite pickup, while greeting members of the public as he moves from street to street. As evidenced here, 4 bodyguards normally share with him that little rooftop space, and use all types of bulletproof assortment like vests and metallic shields to guard him against any serious projectiles, bullets or even stones. And in this case, it even looks like the bodyguards used Traore's presidential emergency satchels, which are bulletproof briefcases containing a set of tools and communication procedures needed by him to initiate a response in the event of an attack or other major national emergencies, to provide him with the much-needed shield as he was interacting with Nahori residents. Number 1. Their number can go as high as over 50 soldiers in one motorcade. As proof that he takes his protection seriously, Captain Traore normally surrounds himself with multiple dozens of the well-armed soldiers, and their large number can easily make anyone with bad motives to freeze in their tracks, or cancel all his plans, and stay away from the military leader or his motorcade. Their large number even makes it hard for any civilian, or individual to access the president or make his way to him for any reason when he's out there, unless he reaches out to them first.